Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony, AJ, Big Femi, Joshua. Get this. Anthony Joshua's fight plan revealed. This is what he's asked for. Anthony Joshua told fans he wanted to fight 3 times this year, but the final bout may fall just outside of the time frame following the 2 losses to the the unified champion, Alexander Usyk. Joshua got on the comeback trail with Derrick James, as we know. Okay. And this is what was it? Eddie Hearn? Yeah, Eddie Hearn has confirmed this. He says he wants to fight in December, really. Maybe there's time, but it could spill over into January. I think realistically, December, January will be the date for his next fight. And then he'll fight Deontay Wilder, or he'll fight for the IBF World Heavyweight title. He wants to become heavyweight champion. He wants to fight Deontay Wilder. He wants to fight Tyson Fury, but he always wants to stay active. And that's what he's asked me to do, to try and get him in the ring as soon as possible. Those are the words of Eddie Hearn in regards to Anthony Joshua. And let me counterpunch people. I can read right through that shit. He wants to be champion. Okay, so if he wants to be champion, I think that supersedes his desire to fight Wilder, because I think Joshua thinks about his career, and I think he's already 2-time heavyweight champion, losing it to Andy Ruiz, getting it back from Andy Ruiz. That's what made him 2-time champion. And I think him wanting the opportunity to fight for the belt, in this case, it would more than likely be for all of them. And I think Joshua's hoping that Tyson Fury beats Usyk, because I don't think he cares to fight Usyk again. You know what I mean? I don't think that he would care for that type of fight with that type of fighter. 24 rounds is a lot. You know what I mean? 2 fights, 24 rounds total, both losses. I think he wants to try another option, and I think because of that, I think that's what he wants. And the only way he will fight Deontay Wilder would be if Deontay Wilder has some type of some kind of final eliminator or whatever to fight the winner out of Usyk and Tyson Fury. But that's not the case. The case is the IBF. Okay, if you heard Eddie say, it's the IBF mandatory to take on Filip Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic is the mandatory guy right now. He is the guy waiting for his shot for whatever to come up, or whoever wins out of Tyson Fury and Usyk himself. So I think that's what that is about, and I think they'll go that route instead of going down the dangerous route of Deontay Wilder, because what would they gain from that? You know what I mean? So a huge fight. I think Anthony Joshua at this point, I don't think he gives a shit about huge money fights now. I think he cares about legacy, and I think he cares about being a 3-time champion before chunking up the deuces, and then he could just lift weights and, be a model and shit, GQ and Range Rover and all that other stuff that he's a part of and attached to. Excuse me. But, yeah, so I don't think that he wants to fight Wilder, but then, you know what I mean? That's just, I think that's a statement thrown out there. And he wants to fight Wilder, but he wants to be champion. Well, fighting Wilder is not going to make you champion. You know what I mean? So you have to look at it. He wants to be champion, and realistically, Eddie Hearn co-promotes Filip Hrgovic. So that would be the easiest route. So if I'm Eddie Hearn, I would be like, no, we're going to fight Filip Hrgovic to be in that slot, knock him out, so we can be in position to fight whoever wins out of those 2 guys that are fighting for undisputed. Okay, so that's what I see. So it looks more or less likely that Anthony Joshua will fight Deontay Wilder, which sucks. You know what I mean? And all the speculation will come up again like it's been going. Joshua's afraid of Deontay Wilder and this, that, and the other. And whoever thinks that, they're entitled to their own opinion, but then you can't argue with them at this point, because it's like, okay, well, either way he chooses, unless he fights Wilder, people are going to call him a duck. In which I think those fights should be I think that fight should be in America. I think that fight should be at Madison Square Garden. I think that fight should be his chance to redeem himself from that Andy Ruiz shit. You know what I mean? Because if you notice, like he hasn't had any talks of coming back to the United States in about 3 years. You know, that's not long, just 3 years, that's all. You know what I mean? It happened 4 years ago, but you know, you heard him say, yeah, I would like to come back, but it's like, yo, you train over here. Why don't you fight over here? You know, maybe something about America might scare the cowboy shit out of him. I don't know. He might get those flashbacks, you know, of the, you know, probably one of the worst days of his career, that, you know, that fight. And I really don't know if that's something that he wants to do, but I just know that's something that he should consider, you know, because fighting Deontay Wilder on American soil would probably be one of the biggest fights that he can. And that may be bigger than Usyk Tyson, you know, not accolades wise, sure, no, but maybe money wise, you know, AJ versus Deontay Wilder. Yeah, that would, if they market it and promote it right, that would be, and it could be better and bigger than any fight that we could look forward to in the heavyweight division, or probably in the sport of boxing. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua's schedule. It might turn into January instead of December, which would suck, because I think he needs that third fight, you know, and then we can make an evaluation, and has he improved with Derek James or not? Because, you know, I looked at the Joshua Franklin fight yesterday, and he did a lot better with Franklin than he did Helenius. And one guy was shorter and another guy was taller. So it was like, okay, shit, you know, two different styles, but has he really learned anything or learned much from Derek James? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua's schedule. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!